I'm trying to connect, just a minute, please. All right. I've connected. Let me share the link both here and on the course rep WhatsApp group. Just place it there because once lecture starts, I might not want to be distracted to be posting it here again. So let me on the chat, check your chats. I'm posting it there now on Zoom. I'm posting it many times, many times. It's the same link. I'm posting it many times. Okay, let me go to WhatsApp too and post the link there. I've posted the link there on YouTube. So please share it in your respective groups because once the number reaches 300, I pray it reaches, then they will not be able to connect to Zoom. They will rather be directed to YouTube. All right, now, let me record and now formally start the lecture. Let's share my slide. And please, ladies and gentlemen, remember always to mute ourselves when we come in. So it's coming up. Okay, yeah, good to go. Okay. Please, can you see my screen? Can someone say something? Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, I can see your screen, sir.
I can see your screen.
You
Okay.
can see your screen.
All right, thank you. So, and I believe all of us have received notification that this lecture is being recorded. So based on my mood, I might share the recorded video. I might decide not to share. Then the slide, I will do my best to share it. But remember, slides are always to guide the lecturer's thoughts so that I don't move totally away from what I should be saying or what I should be talking. So my slides, yeah, they look interesting, but if you don't listen to what I'm saying, the slide might not be able to help. My name is Dr. Nwohiri from the Department of Computer Science, Faculty of Computing and Informatics. And I will be one of the lecturers that will take you on this MBA 825 course. I don't know whether I got the title correct, but I know it's something statistical data analysis.
Very correct, sir.
All right. So the lead lecturer, the Oga Pata is Dr. Yinka Banjo. That's the HOD. And she brought me in here to assist. I'll try to make the class as interactive as possible. And I've been mandated to complete my own part within 3 weeks. And I pray I will be able to. Today will be a little bit a relaxed mode, see how fast we'll go. And next week, we'll then see. I'll be taking us mostly on Excel, analysis of data, manipulation of data using Excel. And luckily, most of us already know what's Excel, Microsoft Excel. Most of us already know how to do one or two things there. Most of us even might be doing it much better than me because this is not what I do every day. That's number one. Then after my sections, that's after my lecture, which should be 3 weeks or, okay, 4 weeks. Let's see. Comes Mr. Femi, who will take us on Power BI. More or less, what I'm doing in Excel is what should be done in Power BI. Before this course started, there was, some discussion between me and Dr. Yinka Banjo. Why don't we just go straight to Power BI? But the agreement was that not everybody has access to that statistical tool, but more or less everybody more or less has access to Excel, Microsoft Excel. Once you have a laptop and it is a Windows laptop or even MacBook, there is, probability that you have a Microsoft suite installed. That's Excel, Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, and the rest. So that's why Excel has been put into the curriculum so that, can run generally statistical, analytical methods, what to do with data, and basic understanding with Excel. Then I'll hand you over to Power BI, sorry, Mr. Femi, to take us on Power BI lectures, which is also, hands-on. What to do with data, how to sort data, how to, graphs and interpretation, which I will also try to lead us here. So I believe Dr. Yinka Banjo, or if she has not said that, I will leave it for her to address the class on that with respect to assessments, continuous assessment and exam. The one I know very well is there will be a workbook that should come out soon. That will count as part of the assessment, and then maybe exam. That's my thinking on that. So once the workbook is out, let's try and get it to assignments will be put there, take home that will be expected to submit. The submission, we are still finalizing it. Either you are submitting the workbook back or it will be submitted online. Submitting the workbook back comes with some disadvantages. How do the students get it back? Are we going to be giving back close to 1,000 workbooks back? Will you be coming one by one to collect it? Or will the course reps come to collect it? But if it's online, it's easy. So, but I think that will be decided definitely by the HOD, Dr. Yinka Banjo. Okay, I think that's all I have to say before I move on with my slides. Any question, please, at this stage? So I'm your pilot. I'll be driving you now, not driving, flying you from where we are now to our destination somewhere. So there might be some turbulence on the way. Feel free to relax. You are in a very good hand, and fasten your seatbelts. If you want tea, coffee, let us know. So our final destination will take us like a month or 3 weeks. So, but every week we'll be landing in our transit zone to move on the next week. So, and feel free to interrupt sometimes and ask questions. But don't interrupt when I'm in the middle of something very, very important explanation. So, and whenever I ask for questions, please feel free. I know I'm talking to adults, not to children. So what I will always tell my undergraduate students, let me just tell you guys. So forgive me if I'm speaking as if you're kids. One, don't feel ashamed or don't feel shy to ask any question. Don't. Nobody knows it all. In my last lecture with 100 level students, there was something I told them, they started laughing. I told them that some of us knows how to steal. Some know how to steal phone. They started laughing, but it was actually not a joke. I was trying to tell them that everybody have one or two things they are good at. Someone would like to do something and he'll be caught, while another person can do it 100 times and he will not be caught. So someone knows Excel, someone knows another software, someone knows another area of the subject, someone doesn't know anything about academic, but in business, he or she is very good. So feel free to ask your question. Don't be ashamed that someone will say, is it the kind of question you're asking? At the end of the day, nobody listening to me is paying your school fees. So you're the one paying it, or a family member, father, mother, sister, aunt, whoever. Okay. And what else? Okay, let's fly. Someone is suggesting airpiece. No, we'll fly my own Dr. Nwohiri's air. All right, I will be removing my video to save my data, Jare. I wanted to do this lecture in the office, but the time was too late, so I had to now stay, closer to home. So I'll remove my video for now. I'll let it on so that you see my face. I remember my face. But my normal culture is whenever we are starting lecture, I'll always show my face, summarize within 1-2 minutes what we've done, and then close it again to start the lecture. All right. So in the absence of any question, let me start, please. Let me have the confidence again. Can you hear me and hear me clearly?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. We can hear you clearly.
All
Yes,
right.
sir, we can hear you clearly.
All right. All right. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before any powerful model is built, want to build any model, let it be powerful, sophisticated, or you test any strong hypothesis. Before you do this, there is one quiet question that will decide everything. That question is what? Can you trust your data? You build your model based on data. You test whatever hypothesis you have based on data. So the question I'm asking you is, can you trust your data? So most research failures are not caused by poor theory or let me say weak statistics. No. Your research sometimes fails because you are dealing with dirty data. Dirty data that is hiding in plain sight. When we do like lecture, when we submit our papers for consideration for possible publication, one of the parts of our life as a lecturer is to get rejection. Of course, I've never submitted a paper for publication and it was accepted immediately. No, there will be some rejection. This thing doesn't fall under our scope. The research method is not well defined, one thing or the other. But the major reasons for rejection is on the data. Credibility of the data you used. Now, Excel may look simple, but in the hands of a careful analyst, it becomes what I will call the gatekeeper of scientific credibility. So it looks simple, you have access to it. After all, familiarity breeds content. But that small, simple looking tool is a very powerful asset. If I give you a perfect statistical method, a method that has been analyzed and has been found to be perfect. So if I give you a perfect statistical method, but flawed data, ladies and gentlemen, your conclusions will still be wrong. So in real world data sets, numbers lie. That's what we say. Numbers, they lie. But of course, not intentionally, but because we fail to clean and understand them. So data analysis does not begin with equations or your software. It begins with asking the right questions of your messy or dirty data. So every duplicate, every typo, every missing value has the power to damage whatever you have been doing. They can distort results, they can mislead your decision, they can undermine your research. So Excel is often underestimated, ladies and gentlemen, yet it is where most critical data decisions are quietly made or disastrously ignored. So today, we are not just learning Excel functions, cramming it. We are learning how to think like data analysts. So by the end of this lecture, will I say this lecture and my other lectures, you will never look at a spreadsheet the same way again. So you have an eyes of an analyst. So apologies to some of us who are already data analysts. So most of the things based on the curriculum given to us might be what you already know. So, but no knowledge is lost. Even if you know it, there might be one or two things that might add to your knowledge again. All right, thank you. That's a short introduction. So the flight is now up the air. This is our course outline. Due to time constraints, I don't need to start reading them out one after the other. You still get this slide. I can just say one or two things. So the first there is data cleaning. So today I expect us to look at some data cleaning methods, something like removing duplicates, using the text to columns. That's the name, text to columns in Excel, data validation. As we go through them, I will try to also practicalize them. That's what will be delaying me. I've been thinking on how to do it. So maybe I will talk about one, then remove the screen, go to Excel. We treat it, then we come back, talk about the next. That's under data cleaning. And then organizing and managing data. Under that, we'll be looking at sorting. When you sort your data, filter your data using tables, freezing panes, managing worksheets, etc. Then the number 3, descriptive statistics. So it's all about what mean, median, mode, minimum, maximum range, variance, standard deviation, then functions like count, counter, count, if. Then the rest. So as we move on, I'll be introducing them appropriately. So I wouldn't want to waste time here straight away. We'll look at also correlation and regression analysis, very, very important. So, of course, simple linear regression using Excel, then interpreting outputs. That's the word I even forgot. In all this, our focus will be interpreting the results we got. Because it's one thing doing the analysis, it's another thing drawing your conclusions correctly. Then we'll have a peep, if the time permits, on our data analysis 2-pack. Here, I mean, enabling our 2-pack on Excel, then stuff like histogram, descriptive statistics. Okay. Learning outcome. This is what my white professor taught me. In every course, make sure you outline the learning outcomes. Anthony, even if you are lying. So, but I'm not lying, no. So on your screen is our expected learning outcomes that at the end of my own part of the lecture and also at the end of the entire course, you will be able to do this, all of them there. The first one is you'll be able to prepare, clean, and manage complex data sets. When I say complex data sets that are very large, like in Unilag. Sorry, I'm a deputy director at CITS, Unilag. So data sets, I have a full knowledge of that. We deal with complex data sets that is a data set that has so many large entries. So like, for example, we have data sets of students, not just their names, but name, all their characteristics, like state of origin, date of birth, program, results. So data sets are very, very big. So this course will be able to teach us how to more efficiently prepare, clean, and manage complex data sets. Everybody or most people can prepare data sets, but how many can prepare it more efficiently? How many can handle it more efficiently? At the end, we'll also be able to, apply some statistical techniques in Excel and then use the Excel functions, the popular ones, functions, formulas, and visualization tools. That's the graphs, pie charts, bar charts, etc. Then we see our ability to conduct some analysis and present interpretations on our results. And then after that, I think we should, if you're able to do this, then the last comes naturally. That's confidence and independence in applying Excel for advanced analysis. So these are your learning outcomes, expected learning outcomes. So you receive the slide, you can always read it. All right. So what is data analysis? Well, so our question, we never, Unilag, specifically my department, we never ask you define, mention, list. No. Even undergraduate, we don't. So I've defined, of course, what is data analysis, but now no definition is the only correct. You can always come up with any definition of data analysis. So the definition on your screen is just to let us have an idea of what data analysis is. One is a systematic process. Systematic means it's a kind of organized way, step-by-step way of doing something. So it's a systematic process of cleaning, transforming, in fact, inspecting raw data. And you are not just doing it for doing sake. You are doing it to uncover certain patterns, to uncover insights, trends that you will use to make your informed decision. So data analysis transforms raw data into actionable insights for your business, for scientific or research purposes. So, and the key steps in any data analysis procedure is, one, you must collect the data now. You cannot say you don't have data and you're talking about data analysis. So you must collect the data, that's data collection. Second step generally will be data cleansing. Naturally, that should be the second one. You've collected the raw data, then clean it, and then modeling. After modeling, you can now interpret. And it is the 4 key steps there. There could be intermediate steps, but these are the 4 key: data collection, cleansing, modeling, and interpretation. At your level, postgraduate level, data analysis goes beyond simple summaries and result, just the result. It focuses on, are you able to identify patterns and relationship? Look at this data. It seems that there are more girls than boys in this university. It seems that there are more people from Ekiti State studying computer science in Unilag. And it seems that, let's say, the older lecturers in Unilag are all from Ogun State. A kind of certain pattern you're getting relationship. With this information I just told you now, as a business person or someone who wants to do something for Unilag, you now know how to start. Now, apart from the summaries and results, yes, I say one, we focus on identifying patterns and relationships. 2, we are detecting errors. We are detecting bias, inconsistencies in your data. Remember, a faulty or flawed data will make any sophisticated statistical model fail. So are you able to detect errors during the processing, bias, inconsistencies, and address them? And of course, at the end of the day, whatever you get, is it able to achieve the idea of supporting your decision making? So I will say before I leave this slide that Excel remains widely used in academia and industry because it allows a rapid exploratory analysis. And it's accessible to many people, you and I, and transparent, unlike, let's say, Power BI. So, and Excel serves as a pre-processing tool, before advanced analysis in, R language, Python, SPSS, Stata. So the key idea I would like us to take from this slide is what? That good analysis depends more on clean, well-understood data than on complex statistical methods. Good analysis depends on data itself, how clean, how well-structured is it, than on how complex the statistical methods you intend to apply. All right. Now, let's look at types of data. Understanding data types is critical because they determine which analyses are valid. For example, if I have a data set of students in 100 level, and the data set is just telling us that there are 50 boys and 60 girls, will I be able to tell the average age of the class? No. Will I be able to tell those who come from the East? No. Why am I saying no? Because I know what the data set, the kind of information it has. So the types of data you are dealing with will determine which analyses are valid. On the screen, number 1 is qualitative, also called categorical. So qualitative data is non-numerical. It is non-numerical information. It's not number. And it describes attributes, characteristics, labels. It is not numeral. And it classifies data into distinct groups rather than measuring it. So qualitative data is used to categorize, it is used to observe, it is used to summarize data through descriptive non-numeric properties. Now, examples are on the screen. Gender, if you have data of people classified into male, female. So that's a qualitative data because it's describing here, characteristics of those human beings. Are they male or female? Other examples are there on your screen. Blood group, country, region, yes, no responses. Hair color. So is the person's hair color black? Is it white? Is it gray? Is it brown? So these are describing attributes. They are describing characteristics. They are non-numeral information. Qualitative data, ladies and gentlemen, is often collected through surveys, through interviews, through observations. Numbers which are not qualitative can sometimes be assigned to these categories for data processing purposes. However, that data still remains qualitative because the numbers themselves do not have value, mathematical value. For example, you cannot calculate the average of 1 for male and 2 for female. You can't calculate the average. All right, that's qualitative. The next slide will talk on quantitative. Quantitative. So quantitative or numerical, the name already is self-explanatory, number. So it's information that can be counted, that can be measured, and that can be expressed using numbers. Information that can be counted, that can be measured, or that can be expressed using numbers. It directly answers questions like how many, how much, how often. That's the kind of questions it will answer. Quantitative data is structured, it is objective, and suitable for statistical analysis because those numbers are very important. Common examples are like revenue, age, weight, distance, but I want to use from my slide. Now, if I go to common example, let's look at the two subtypes. For some of us that have a mathematical background or computer science background or information technology background in our undergraduate study, we know what is discrete data and continuous data. They are the two subtypes of a quantitative data. Discrete data are countable values, values that you can count. Discrete, you can count them. Examples, number of patients, number of hospital visits, number of students in the class, number of cockroaches in my bedroom. They can be counted if we are serious. Number of electrical cars. You see, the key idea, the key indicator here is number. So discrete data is countable values, comes with countable values. They can be counted. The second one is continuous data. They can be measured on a scale. Example, age. Well, age has always in mathematics been an issue of controversy among scientists, but I think generally those that say that age is a countable data always generally win. Because don't tell me that your age is 40 years, 50 years, 30 years. No, your age is 30 years, so months, so dates, so a day, sorry, so hours, so seconds. So you cannot be specific. So you just measure. So what of weight? You can't count weight, but you can measure it on a scale. Serum creatinine, blood pressure, all these can be measured. So your blood pressure, for example, cannot be exact. You know, can just measure it because at every instant of time, it is changing. Sorry, I'm a little bit moving into discrete mathematics. I shouldn't even talk about explain discrete data, continuous data. At this level, I should just say there are two subtypes of quantitative data, discrete and continuous. So I will now leave it that way. Let students now ask questions. But well, I've explained it. All right, enough of grammar for now. Let's look at just one example that identifies data types. Sorry, I think I moved 2 slides forward. Yeah. So you can see a table with 2 columns. On your left are your variable, the data. And on your right is what type of data. So you have the slide, you go through it. If you believe there is something that needs to be explained here, which I doubt there is anything, then you let me know. I give us 30 seconds to look at it. We'll move on. All right. So you get the slide still. Okay. Data cleaning in Excel. So what I've done now, I've just introduced our data type. Let me just go back to let you know how we are moving. So you can look at your screen. You are inside the airplane, remember. So you can look at on your screen and see the flights routes we are taking. This was where I started. So I'm still under data cleaning, and that's what I'm dealing with today. So under data cleaning now, I'm going to look at some concrete, approaches under data cleaning, some concrete approaches that help us clean our data. So there's a quote on your screen. Studies suggest that 60 to 80% of the time of an analyst is spent cleaning data. 60 to 80. So that means the other 20% or the other 40 to 20% is spent on, creating your model, doing your experiments, drawing your conclusions. So data cleaning is also called data pre-processing or scrubbing. It's one of the most critical steps in data analysis. Ladies and gentlemen, a poorly cleaned data can lead to, I've said it many times, biased results, can lead to invalid conclusions. It can even waste your efforts, no matter how sophisticated your analysis is. And if we're able to do the job well, clean our data well, then we might be guaranteed accuracy in our results. Our results will be consistent. That is, if you give me the same data, give another person the same data, will he or she be able to reproduce your experiments and arrive at the same or similar results? And of course, any inference you're making, you are sure that it is valid. Now, the first approach, removing duplicates. Everybody listening to me knows the word duplicates. That's when something occurs twice or thrice or 4 times or 5 times. And duplicates, the concept here is that it occurs when the same data entry appears more than once in your data sets. And how can duplicates arise? They can arise from either multiple data entry, you entered your data multiple times, or you merged 2 or 3 data sets, or our simple copy and paste errors. Maybe you made a mistake, human error, and you have duplicates. And duplicates can, distort your counts, your averages, your statistical tests. An example, I've provided it there. If you are doing a survey and you're counting a respondent twice, your results can be inflated. Come to our real life experience. If they are doing a census count in Nigeria and they come to a particular street 3 times to count, so I don't need to tell you what will that result to. Or they come to a particular state 20 times to count. I don't need to tell us what will that result to. That will result to bloated, inflated results, which is not accurate, which does not represent, reality. We have on our screen a table. Sorry, I should have, but this is a table. I should have drawn the horizontal and vertical line. Let me draw it now. So I've drawn it. So it will resemble a table. Okay. This is a table of patients. I might just say, might be patients that maybe underwent surgery. So 3 patients in our ward underwent surgery. All of them are alive. I could have added one that is dead, but that would be negative. After all, we are inside the airplane, so I don't want to be negative as a pilot. The first column is their, let's say, identifier in the hospital, their file number, and it must be unique. Then the second is their age. Age can never be unique. You can have 4 or 5 patients with the same age. Then outcomes cannot be unique. Yes, please, someone raise his hand. Please go ahead. It's your question.
Yes, good evening. I wanted to say that two of the patients have the same identical number.
Yes, see now, it's an example. Thanks for that. It's an example of what? Duplicates. That's what I want to even talk about now. That's exactly what I want to talk about. So, yes, Benjamin. It was a mistake. Okay, so some data can have duplicates. Don't look at the one I gave you. This is a very, very, very common, simple table. And we are talking about large data sets that you cannot use your eyes to see. You can use your eyes to see because there are only 3 patients here. So what if I give you the list of patients in LUT since 10 years ago? A table. Patients that were, who underwent surgery in, let's say, kidney transplant ward 10 years ago, 10 years, that's 10 years ago till today. The table will be big, and I don't think you'll be telling me you can see duplicate, right? So, when we are looking at this, look at it with the eyes that the data set is large. I can't present a very large data set in a lecture. So now the role here, the job I should do here now is not to speak English about telling you what is duplicate. Rather is to go to Excel and, just test a little table on how to identify and eliminate duplicates. And you eliminate duplicates based on 1 column, 2 columns, 3 columns that should be unique. In this simple table, the first column is the only unique, or ought to be the only unique column, because age can be any, body can be of any age, outcome can be any, but patient ID can never be the same. So in handling your data set, large data set, you first look at all the headers, all the columns, and you, the analyst, is the one to determine the column that should be unique. All right, we call them a primary key in our database lectures in computer science, primary key. So the primary key here is the patient's ID. What is primary key? Is the key whose values are unique. So remember, ladies and gentlemen, in whatever processing or pre-processing you are doing, for example, removal of duplicates, always keep a raw copy of your data set before removing duplicates. Because you might not be able to undo what you have done. So always keep the raw copy somewhere and then manipulate with the data you have. So, should we go to Excel now and quickly see a little table? There was a table I created. It was what was delaying me to start lecture. I just opened Excel, created a table, small table, to see how we remove duplicates. I know it's a simple thing for some. So let me know whether the class will agree. Let's go to Excel to do it within 2, 3, 4 minutes. We should be able to do it. So if you agree, we go. Can I hear yes or no?
Yes. Let's go.
Yes,
Yes.
sir.
Okay. So how to remove duplicates. So please remember in mind that you are dealing with large data sets. Remember in mind that you are not seeing the duplicates so easily on your data. You are not seeing them because there are so many. I remember in mind that the unique columns might be more than 1. I might put something here. Well, I don't know what else can I put here that can be unique. You can suggest for me that can be unique. What can we put here that can be unique?
SI number, serial number.
Eh?
Serial number.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, serial number, but serial number.
Occupation of the patients.
I've heard one. Occupation cannot be unique. NIN. NIN. Yeah, NIN is a unique attribute too. So assuming there is NIN here, I have another 2 patients having the same NIN, it's a duplicate. And when you are trying to go through your data, if the table has 1 million fields, 1 million columns, you don't need to go for all those 1 million. Just identify those columns that should be unique, and then you do whatever you want to do there. So 1 minute, let me, I'll stop this for a while. And then I'll find where I get my Excel. Ah, God, oh, let it not be that I closed it. Okay, I think it's here. It is here. 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Be sure. Yeah. Okay, so I have to share it now. Should be let me share the screen. Hope to be able to capture it. Should share where it is. Should be able to capture it. I have many things on my screen blocking my view, so I'm trying to. But I believe you are seeing my Excel now. I want to make you to see both the tools. Okay, can you see my Excel now, please? Yes, I can see
Yes,
it.
sir.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
but there's one I'm trying to make sure you guys see. It's not showing. I'm using a MacBook, and but you can open your laptop now as I'm doing it. Open your laptop at least. This is just a matric number I just created. Surname for students. Yes, with human eye, you can see here, these two are duplicates, right? Surnames cannot be unique, but, you know, matric numbers are expected to be unique. So there's a duplicate here. So how do you know whether there's a duplicate? We don't know now. We are just pretending we don't know. Yes, we can see it here. So instead of looking at slide to blow grammar, I think hands-on is better. And what to click now differs a little from iOS, MacBook to that in Windows. But it is more or less, you know, the same, more or less. Now here, what does it say? You highlight that column. Let me highlight it. The column that should have unique values. So I'll be slow a little. It's been long I did this. Okay, you go to data and you are not seeing data on your screen. I wanted to expand this, not going, I don't know why. Not this data, see where I'm hovering, not this data. Your tools bar on top of your screen, on top of this data, yeah, there is another data on top, your tools bar. Not this one here. This one is inside Excel on the tools bar. So I don't know how it will show on Windows actually. So I click data. I've clicked, you see what it brought out. See what it brought out. Now, so all these are interactive. It's not that if you open, if you don't know, you don't know. No, I don't know, but I will be able to get it now. Let me check. Okay, remove duplicates. You saw what I did? Let me go back again. I highlighted the column.
So
You know.
you're hanging from my end.
You say what?
Yes, so same thing
It's
here.
not
I
showing.
can't, it's not showing anything.
Not showing anything.
We can't
We
see your
can't see
question.
anything here now.
Showing your movements. I can't see
Okay,
We
wait.
anything.
can't see your
But
question.
can you see my Excel?
Yes, I can see
Yes,
the
sir.
Excel.
You can see, but it's not moving.
Dashboard.
Okay, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. Let me share in another way. 1 minute. 1 minute, 1 minute. Let me share it. 1 minute, 1 minute. Let me try and share it another way. I'm coming. I'm coming. Share. Okay. Excel book. If it doesn't, I will still find another way. So let's relax. Now I'm rotating my hand around. Are you seeing it?
Yes, sir. Yes, it's
Yes,
functioning
You
now.
see me going round and round. Are you seeing it? I'm going
We
round and
can.
round. Now
We can see it, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir. We can see it, sir.
I've highlighted something. What did I highlight?
B.
Surname.
Column B.
Right.
Surname.
Surnames are highlighted. All right. So this is a table of students, their matric number and their surname, and they are 1 million. You know, there are 1 million. So I would like to check duplicates, those that are having the same matric number. So I said I will highlight this. I don't know whether I should say what I did to highlight. You just use your mouse, go there. Well, find a way to highlight yours. Or the easiest way is, see, I clicked here. See, I'm moving my mouse quietly until this mouse will change to something dark. See, it has changed to dark cross. Let me do it again. See, it was normal white cross. You come here, change to dark cross. Double click, it will highlight. Double click, it will highlight. So if there are even 1 million entries here, it will highlight them. So, but because they are small, I just took and dragged my mouse. But you can really come, click on the first one, come here, the cross changes, double click, and it will highlight. Now, I now go to data. I don't know whether it will not be showing data, not this data. On top of the screen, there is data, your tools bar, not here I'm pointing at. On top, when you open your Excel, your tools bar coming from your operating system, you have data. I click on it, and this is what comes out. Can you see this thing now? The drop-down menu. Can you see I'm moving up and down, drop-down menu. Can you see it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so I might not know how to find the duplicate, but I can go through them one after the other and be able to have a guess. Group and outline, I don't need to go there because it will not be duplicate. Here, table tools, let me check, see, remove duplicates. So before I click remove duplicate, look at your table again. The duplicates there were, wait, I changed something here.
Sir, it's not still showing.
I did not see anything.
Sir, it's not showing.
Duplicate here. It's not being used.
I have not
It's not
clicked now.
showing.
I have not clicked. Can you see
No,
me moving up
like
and
the
down?
drop down is not showing. It's only your cursor that is showing.
Wow, the drop down is not showing.
Yes, sir. It's not.
1 minute. Let me find another way of sharing.
Sir, the numbers are now serial.
Hello,
The
sir.
numbers are
I
serial.
have something to say.
Okay, I'm coming on.
Hello,
I'm
sir.
coming on. I'm
What you
coming.
did with the try.
I'm coming. Just calm down. I've removed the share. I'm coming. Let's get everything correct. I'm coming, please. I want to share so that every action I'm taking, every action will show. Is it desktop? Could be desktop, right? Share desktop. Let's check. Let me click drop down. Did you see any drop down? No?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, we
Okay.
can see.
Okay. All right. So I come again. I'm not distracted. We have our data, and I go to. Can you see where I click? Do you see this data here I'm pointing at? This data.
Mm-hmm.
Are you seeing it?
Yes, sir.
That's
Yes.
it. So it's not this data, but this data. But have in mind, I'm using a MacBook. So I don't know the position if you are using a Windows, where this data is, but it still should be data. You click on data. I pretend I don't know where it is, but looking at this, these are the three that has a drop down something again. So I come to table tools, see remove duplicates. And before I click, I have not clicked. If you look at your data again, number 3 and number 4 are the duplicates. So let's see whether they will go. So I'm clicking now. Let me click remove duplicates. What is it telling me? Microsoft Excel found data next to your selection as you have not selected this data. It will not be removed. What do you want to do? It is telling me that, do I want to highlight both surname and matric, or do I want to continue with what I have selected? So let me first say expand. We'll do another one with continue to see the difference. So expand the selection, remove duplicates. I'm to click now. Let me click on it, remove. The next matrix surname is here telling us that your table has this following heading. Is it true? Yes, matrix and surname, yes. Then I click OK. So if you check, it is telling us that one duplicate value found and removed. So if you need values, remain. So before, check our number 3 and 4 was 50-50, it is gone. Well, you can practice this actually. Now, if it's a large data set, you can have here 100 duplicate values found and removed. And it will also tell you how many is remaining. Let me repeat what I did. Let
Madam,
me repeat. Please mute yourself. So mute yourselves. Mute. Or I mute everybody. Okay. So I want to repeat what I did. I selected. I went to tools. Sorry, to data, table, tools, remove duplicates. I clicked on it. Now let me go with this. Continue with the current selection. Let me see what happens. Okay, so it's telling us that it's going to manipulate only this column, not this, only this column. Meaning if it deletes 50, well, let's see what happened with the surname under 50. So we have I should have changed Olamide. Well, let me see. Okay. Okay, so what happened? Did you notice that nothing was removed from the surname? Eniola is remaining here. The matrix were shifted. One was removed, the 50. One was removed, but not happened here because we did not select surname 2. Let me repeat what I just said now. This, I went to data, I went to table 2, remove duplicates. Here it's asking me that you just selected this. That you should better select these two because they two are going hand in hand now. Oluwatobi, this is the matric number. Olamide, this is the matric number. So we have to expand. And I click duplicates. This is the heading. Okay. So I don't think we should be wasting more time here. We have more sophisticated ones coming up. So this is it. You remove duplicates. It might look so simple, right? But just please have in your mind that we are talking about when you are dealing with complex, large data sets. A large data set that has not just matric and surname, can have other things here continuously. Hope that is clear. All right. A question from Teresa. Yes, please.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, ma'am.
Okay. What you're doing now, I don't think this applies to HP.
To
Because if
what?
you click on HP,
Sorry, I can't hear
well,
you. I beg. Louder.
Yeah, I'm trying to check for my hand also. I can't find this data, the one you're talking about from the window.
okay. So can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you. Yes, go ahead.
Okay, so on my HP laptop, if I click on data, I don't have that drop down.
Okay, wait. It's been a while. I used what do you call it? Windows. Now, let me help you. I can just type it here now. Duplicates. I'm coming. Duplicates in Excel, Windows. It will tell me the names, what to go about, one, finding, removing. Okay. It says you click home, Home. You click home. Be clicking, I will be saying it.
So we have done that.
Someone
Yes, sir. We have done that.
okay, you click home. Okay, I'm reading it.
Yes.
So when you click on then conditional formatting menu, you go to conditional formatting menu.
So that's the point I want to make, because I know this, I usually use conditional formatting, but if you're using Mac to teach us, a lot of people might not get it. So I'm suggesting that if you want to come to class, for us, I'm not sure anybody has a MacBook. I don't know. We may not be many. So please, you can help us to use HP.
Okay.
Hello,
All
sir.
right. All right.
Hello, sir.
Wait, now let me
Just
address that
mention
one.
on this also is something you can actually identify close to analyze.
Close one.
I was saying that close to that analyzed data, there's one sign, blue and white. That's another thing you can press it. Analyze data.
Yeah, there are many. There are many. Yes,
there are many
this analyze
things.
data.
Yes, close to it, beside it, right? That small blue and white item. Yeah, it's also
remove duplicate. Yeah, but thank you. I wanted to address what I think Mrs. Teresa, right, said that since most people have Windows, and it is really a valid point, I think that it will be more appropriate to use, Windows Microsoft to teach than with MacBook. So apologies for that, madam. Apologies. Maybe next week I will see to that. Okay.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, it makes sense really and it will reduce my workload. Then I will teach it here. I will also look at how it is done in Excel. Okay. So let's move back to our slide. How is it now? 1 minute. Okay, I'm stopping the share. Let me bring out the slide. Okay. Go back to advance. Screen. Where to? Many things on my screen. Okay. All right. So, well, we've talked about that's the first, data cleansing method. The next one is the one we call text to columns. Let me get it. Text to columns. Okay. So the idea here, so I will just explain the idea is if you have a table, I can draw it here. Let me draw it here. Let's say a table and gender. Let me write here is full name. FN means full name. And here, it's a matric number, etc. So what text to columns does is, if my full name here, let me say Anthony, let's say space or comma, Nwohiri, anyone. Let me say space, Nwohiri. So the text to columns here tries to delimit, that's separates my name, my surname, and whatever in that box into different columns. So at the moment, Anthony Nwohiri, your full name, surname, and whatever, they are all in one box. But you can create another column so that names will be in one, surnames will be in another, etc. So, and this is very, very applicable where you have data with different kinds of variables. Maybe you might have someone's name, comma, his date of birth, maybe copied it from somewhere. Name, comma, date of birth. So you can use comma as signal from where to divide your data. Name, comma, so wherever you see comma, please create another column for that value. Another example, maybe here, matric number, we wrote 1, 2, 4. And maybe, we are doing copy and paste now. Maybe after the matric number, we copy the sex, male or female. We will look at the function. I'm just explaining it now. So with our text to columns function in Excel, you'll be able to create recreate this table such that this one column can become 2. 1, 2, 4, the matric number will be here. And whatever you have will be here. Okay, so and your delimiter, that's the signal, I call it signal on where to divide your data, would be a comma, would be space, or it could be a fixed width. Now, I want to go to my Excel, but I know it's a MacBook Excel, which is pretty similar, actually. So, but let me just look at the example here. So you have a table, full name. This just, the green table there is a 1-column table. Full name, you have the person's surname and the name. So if you use the text to column function, you'll be able to, divide this text into 2. Surname, one place, and your name in another column. And this can be applied in tasks like separating dates or compound identifiers. Like in our Premier platform, undergraduate students have identifier matric number, but before matric number, they have reg number. That's a JAMB number. And that JAMB number is number, towards the end, you have 2 alphabets. In our database, those 2 alphabets have a different column. The reg number without the alphabet, 1 column, those 2 alphabets have a different column. But when we uploaded their details, when they applied for post-UTME, of course, it came as 1 reg number, and then it is divided into 2. So the text to column, that's what it is called, both in Mac and in Windows. It's a powerful data cleaning tool because obviously you've seen it, it helps users to split the contents of a single cell. Please, ladies and gentlemen, always keep in mind that we are dealing with large data set, not just this single green table I gave you here. So it could be very large that you will not be able to, interpret quickly with human eyes. So the text to column, that's the name, enables you to split the contents of a single cell or the contents of a column into multiple columns, based on the concrete delimiters you are using, commas, spaces, or fixed width. Okay, and the advantages are there. It's not what I need to. One is time saving. It replaces manual entry. If there are 300 students, we use manually create a table and manually be separating their surnames or their names. So it saves time and it's efficient. And it is ideal, for importing CSV files. If you know CSV files, it's also suitable when you are trying to fix inconsistent data formats. So you will not see in some cells, you are seeing someone's name. In another cell, someone's name and middle name. So when we are dealing with such large data sets, we ensure that everything is consistent in a particular column. If it is numbers, let it be numbers. If it is text, let it be text. If it is gender, male, let it be M or let it be M-A-L-E, depending. So you wouldn't see M-A-L-E somewhere, you now see M somewhere. Okay. And it's a user-friendly wizard. Now, I have this suggestion now. I will remember we have not looked at text to column on Excel, but let it be assignments. Must everything be shown? So, but I will have it in mind. Before every lecture, I always go through previous lecture to know what I said I will do. So this, I promise us that by next lecture, I will quickly demonstrate it in Excel using a Windows system. I'll demonstrate text to columns in Excel. So remind me, jot it down if I forget, before we move on with our lecture for that next week. So before that, I will move on to the next data cleaning in Excel. Are we okay with that, with this decision?
It's fine, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, I read what someone just said now, sir. Can you use, no, now it will be double work for me. If I do it, I will now interpret it that I have done it. So let's just have patience till next week. I will do it, don't worry. It will be shown how to use a text to columns to separate, what do you call it? To separate, to split a column or to split a box. So we move on. Okay, the next, which will also be shown is find and replace. In fact, I will not show this one. If you don't know it, wahala day. Sorry. Sorry, it's a call that came in. I have to, let me remove my WhatsApp. It's a WhatsApp call, so it is ringing here on my screen. 1 minute, please. Okay. Okay, sorry for that. The call came in. All right, so find and replace is a feature in Excel. I'm doing it because I'm following strictly, the course outline given to me. So it's also a critical tool, as simple as it may look. for data cleaning and efficiency, but it allows you to instantly locate and instantly update your text. For some who might not know what I mean by find and replace, for example, you have a table, a large one, remember. And most of us also, apart from Excel, we also do that in Microsoft Word documents. Now, maybe you have, let me still use it, students, matric is here, blah, blah, blah. Then here, let me say here is gender. And the gender, you are seeing some male, as I just said, some written out, while some are just M. Some female, right, written out, etc. And some are just F. So, there should be consistency. So I think all of us know how to find and replace all at a time. That is, you can, a special feature on Excel too, find and replace feature, that maybe you want to change every MAL email to M, so that the database will look tidy and neat instead of writing it out. So with your find and replace, you can find wherever on this particular column you have mail and replace it with M in just one click. Okay, or if I need to show this, I will also show that. But it's simple, and I think it's the same in both Excel, in both iOS and Windows. So this, I think I can do it. Do we go to Excel?
Yes, please.
Yeah, this, because it's applicable, that's why I'm going there now. It's applicable to any system. Okay, let me stop share to go fetch it. In fact, there is this thing I want to get. It's a very big database, but student data is there, confidentiality, so I will need to delete something there before. Okay, gotten it. Okay, it's a very large data set. So let me delete their matric number and the surname, please. 1 minute, because it's their personal data. You can't see it. Let me delete. Okay, I've deleted. So let me go share the screen. That's share your entire screen, desktop. Okay. Please, can you see my screen? Let me increase it. I just deleted the identifiers that will make you identify the students. I removed the NIN, removed other things there. So this is a list of our students. This is a real database, right? A list of our students that apply for NEL fund loan. The federal government NEL fund 500 level. We have for 200, 100, is 500 level. And they're up to, well, that's not very important. Now, for example, let me check, find and delete. Okay. All right, let me use Abeokuta South. Can you see where I'm hovering? Abeokuta South. Here, can you see where I'm hovering? Abeokuta South.
Yes, sir.
You can see it. You can see it.
Yes, sir.
All right. So I believe students here, there will be many students from Abeokuta South. Let me use Ogun, because I'm sure I will get many there. Ogun State. Before I do find and let me just check something. I'm checking something. If you look on the right hand of my screen, here, I'm trying to check something to know how many. Okay, there are many. There are many. Ogun State here is many. So what I will do now, I want to remove Ogun. There's no state like that. It is called OG. Let's say it's a mistake, it's called OG. So I have to locate. So in your Windows, it's Control F. That I know. Control F. I click Control F. Mine is different. If you're using Mac, that's Command F. Right, Control F. Please do Control F and tell me what you are seeing so I can direct you further. Control F. Just in your Excel, no need typing any data. Just in your Excel, click Control F and tell me what you are seeing. Control F.
Find and replace.
Exactly.
Find and replace.
Exactly. Click that find and replace. So the first place to enter the word you are looking for and replacing it with what you want to replace it with. So I want to replace Ogun with OG. Don't click yet. So then below your screen, below that small menu that's open, there will be replace or something like that. Check. I'm waiting feedback from you. When you control
Yes,
F.
replace with. Find what and replace with.
Yes. So click on it. So you type I've typed my own on top, then below what I want to replace. So see here, once I click replace all, it is going to replace everywhere I have Ogun. It will replace everywhere, not just one instance, everywhere I have Ogun. And it will tell me also in your own Windows, it will tell you how many entries were replaced. So let me click my replace all, 396. So if you check these documents now, you will never see Ogun State again. You will see OG. So you can also copy, just type anything on your Excel, make duplicates like 3, 4, and then do your find and replace. This is very essential, not when you are dealing with a simple data set. I keep on repeating this. Simple data set, you can do it manually, it will be even faster. But when you are dealing with large data set, this data set, let me see the number. This is just our 500 level students. We have, yes, any question? Yeah? Okay, no question. All right, so this is find and replace feature. We use this so much. Me too, I use it so much. I was talking with my sister's husband. He doesn't know computer well, but he's a lawyer. So there was this letter I wrote for the government, US. It's a 50-page document. And his name is Chidi Metu. So he wanted to put in front Barrister Chidi Metu. So he was telling me that this document is too much. That's number one. And number two, he cannot locate all of them. And he's not sure whether he'll be able to locate all of them. So it was fine, and a replace feature that we used in that Microsoft Word too. So find Chidi Metu, replace with Barrister Chidi Metu, and it replaced everywhere. And he was shocked. So, all right. So I stop the share here and go back to our slide. We're almost done. So please, we're almost done. 1 minute sharing. Okay. Okay. So these are find and replace. This primary advantage include massive time saving. Massive time saving. That's number one. And you can also use it to correct recurring typos. Use it to updating consistent data. And of course, ultimately handle bulk changes. So, error correction, format replacing, partial match, mass data transformation, etc. for find and replace. Okay. Now to the next is data validation. So this and text to columns, I've promised to show it on Excel with Windows next week. So data validation and text to columns. Please kindly remind me. I will try my best to remind. So data validation is also the same word I use for find and replace. It's also a powerful tool. It is used to restrict cell inputs. What does it mean? You have a table. Wait, let me draw. Here is my, you have a table. Let me just 2 columns. And here you have age, and whatever. And you are dealing with students. So no student should be less than 16 years. If you're less than 16 years, you can't get admission in UNILAG. And then, to reduce, too many errors and too many incorrect data, you can place that any number less than 16 will not be accepted in this column. And any number age, well, we can't have somebody 100 years. We just assume 100 years, still an undergraduate student. Everything is possible. So that is all what data validation in Excel is doing. It ensures or it restricts the kind of data you are inputting in the cell. So if this restriction is put, and I want to type in, I'm entering students' data, or students are uploading their details for post-UTME, and you are 15 years old, the table will not accept your entries. Or you are 101 years old, it will not accept your entry. You will agree with me, this is very, this restriction improves data accuracy and integrity. Because if, for example, it's not age, you are dealing with dates, you expect to see numbers. You don't expect to see alphabets. If you are dealing with surnames, you expect to see alphabets. You don't expect to see numbers. Because as humans, we can make errors. So, but with data validation feature, it is helping you not to make those errors. So as I say, it's a powerful tool. It ensures high data accuracy. And of course, consistency. Consistency even the number one. Whatever is entering under this column must be numbers, or must be alphabets, or maybe alphanumeric, or must not pass so number. All kinds of restrictions. And of course, the grammar is different from showing it on Excel. So I promise you guys, it will be done. So with this data validation tool, it prevents or you are prevented from making errors, and it reduces the need for manually, cleaning your data. No, okay. So advantages are already said. It reduces human error. It improves your data accuracy and integrity, and of course saves time. If you check all the features we have been considering, the number one advantage there is time saving and automation, because it will eliminate the need for extensive manual cleaning when you've collected your data. Right. Okay. Okay, that's it. So my promise remains a promise. Text to column and data validation will be looked at. And finally, for today, the takeaways, what we've already done. That Excel, so far, as based on what we have looked at, is a strong first-line tool for data analysis. Of course, you still use other sophisticated ones. I mentioned like your Python R or your Power BI, but it's a first line because it's simple, user-friendly, and accessible. And if you understand data types, then it will determine the kind of analysis you will use. Is it numeric, alphanumeric, alphabets, or is it quantitative or qualitative? Those matter. And remember, pre-processing your data is not an option. It is a must. Else, you are bound to fail in whatever you intend to do with that data, whatever. Because if you clean your data, accuracy is guaranteed, results or outputs can be easily interpreted, and of course, whatever you present will be credible. So I will close this by saying that, and I've said it many, many times today, that your sophisticated, complex, perfect statistical models cannot, in capital letter, cannot compensate for poor data quality. It cannot. So mastery of data cleaning in Excel, yeah, sounds so easy, sounds so simple, but a mastery of this is, I would call, a foundational skill for, whatever you intend to do in the area of research, business analytics, well, data analytics generally. All right, thank you for the time, for your attention, and for your understanding. So please ask your questions. It could be administrative. It could be what have been done or said today. I'm open to your questions. So we are hovering at the airport. We're about to land. Yes, Levy. Yes. Okay, I believe so. Yes.
Good evening, sir.
Ahead. Yes, good evening, please.
Yes, I want to ask a question.
Okay.
Database, like Oracle database and Excel spreadsheet, which one is more important in terms of organizing databases, in terms of storing data, and in terms of modifying data? Which one is more important out of the two?
Yeah. Of course, you are very, very, very unfair with your question. Very, very unfair. You have finished Excel already. And you are saying which one is more important or which one is better in storing data. Excel, number one, is not a database. Remember, Excel is not a database. Excel, is a spreadsheet or an app used to manipulate, analyze data. Database, but I understand what you are meaning, but let me make this clear. But database is, call it also an app like Excel, but it is used to store data. Excel is used to manipulate your data. Database is used to store data. Now, whatever Excel can do, yes, you can do it in most databases. Databases come with those features, and they do it better. But then, the big advantage Excel has over them is you and I have easy, straightforward, simple access to Excel. But not everybody here has access to SQL. Not everybody has access to those sophisticated. That's number one. Number two, most of the operations done in Excel are simple. But most of those done in these big databases or programming languages like Python, they are not simple to a layman. So I know you want me to say that database is better. Well, everything that has advantage has disadvantage. Database is superior when it comes to complex analysis, not just sorting your data, cleaning your data, but analyzing, drawing your graphs, coming out with conclusions. But at the first stage, pre-processing, Excel, I will give it the upper hand because one, it is simple, and two, we are just cleaning the data. So why should I buy a database? One, two, why should I learn is a little bit less simpler methods of cleaning data when Excel is there? So, but when it comes now, tougher, task, we've cleaned your data, and what next? Then all those programs come in. But at that pre-processing stage, the Excel is like a stepping stone to spreadsheets, not just Excel. Any spreadsheet is a stepping stone to your subsequent data processing and analysis. I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Clear,
all right.
Sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Someone said attendance. Now, I do attendance automatically. But Zoom enables us that because we use a licensed Zoom. But I didn't do it because I was expecting that the number would be more than 300. Once the number is more than 300, Zoom only tracks 300 people, the attendance. How does it track it? When I send you a link, the link I will send you will not be the normal link. You will see a link that will ask you to register for the lecture. So once you register, it will automatically give you the lecture link. So that registration, Zoom will capture it and will be monitoring how many minutes, how many hours you've stayed. Even if network takes you out, brings you in, it will continue from where you stopped. So me, I'll just sit down, take my tea, download the Excel file to look at how long Mr. Sheun stayed in my lecture, how long Adobe stayed in my lecture, etc. So, but if there's more than 300, it cannot capture the extra 300. The extra number apart from the 300 that are on YouTube cannot capture the attendance. But that's number one. Then number two, hello, this is postgraduate. These are adults I'm dealing with. You know what you want and you know what you don't want. Undergraduate, not all of them. Some needs help, even if they are adults, even if they are 18, 19, 20, 21. Some of them might, actually need help and they will not know. So that help is finding a way to force them to be in the lecture. One, by denying, giving them a recorded video of this lecture. They will now know that if I'm not there, that means it's gone. Or by saying you are not giving slide. In Unilag, we are not obliged to give slide because slide is our property, not like for students. But for postgraduates, come on, you guys are adults, so you know what you want. If you want to attend class, attend. If you don't want to attend class, don't attend. My advice is please attend. Don't rely only on the slide. Two, yes, I will give you the recording. But there's one secret I might tell you. You will not have time to go through that record again. Even if you have time, you will just go to a particular point to listen again what the lecturer said. You will not have the time to go 2 hours. If your exam is the next 2 weeks, so you will go 2 hours, all the lectures I did. No, you will not have that time. So it's better you listen to it now. Take your notes, jot your questions or concerns, so that when you are now revising, you might just go straight or scroll quickly through the recorded video and then get what you want to get. But if you have the time in the world, then so be it. All right, thank you very much for the class. Hopefully see you next week by 6 o'clock. And by then, I'll be equipped with my Windows laptop so that Teresa will not yab me again.
She will not.
Right, thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go by
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
All
Good
right.
night,
So
sir.
I will
Yes, sir.
share the recorded video on our WhatsApp group.
Oh, I appreciate
It
that.
comes out after like 10 minutes or so. Then
All right,
the
okay.
lecture slide. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Bye.
Bye.